Welcome back. Now, my next guest has never been on the air with me. I have with me Scott Bauer, and he's the owner of HBSB Holdings. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, thanks, Carol. My name's Scott Bauer. I own HBSB Holdings, and you might wonder what HBSB stands for, and that's Homes by Scott Bauer. Help you remember it a little bit more. 28 years old, been doing this since 2014, and we are a wholesale real estate investment company.
Okay, so what does that mean? Let's talk a little bit about it. And so explain yourself, Lucy. Explain it.
Okay, so what that means is we provide solutions for people that don't have a solution. What I can do is I can offer people cash for their house. I buy it as is, where is. There's no commissions involved, and you don't pay any closing costs. So really, that can be a very effective way for somebody to sell their house. Now, it's not for everybody because people run into situations where they need to sell quickly, and we're there to help those people out.
I want to know who your client is. So that's a perfect example. You say there's some clients out there that need to sell quickly. What is the reasons for those? There's
a multitude of reasons why somebody might need to sell quickly. They might have a job transfer that they need to get up and leave today, and they need to sell their house quickly. They might have inherited a property, and they don't know what to do with it. They don't want to go. Maybe they don't live here in Phoenix, and they don't know. They don't have a realtor. They don't know, the right way to get rid of that property, but they just want to kind of cash out. They could need a lot of repairs. Maybe you've owned your house for 30, 40 years, and maybe you're going to the next stage in your life, and you don't want to make all these repairs to be able to sell it. Well, I can come in there and offer you cash, and it makes it a very easy transaction.
Okay, so cash is king.
Cash is king.
How do you do that?
So what it is I buy properties with other investors, and I share in the profits. And that's what it is. And so utilizing my investor pool, we're able to offer you cash for your home.
Okay. Now, do you work with people valley-wide?
We do, valley-wide. We've been pretty much focused in the East Valley, but we're open to do it anywhere. So there's no barrier. It just has to be pretty much within Maricopa County at this point.
Now, you can check him out on his website. It's HBSBholdings.com. You can also call him. You do free consultations?
We do, yeah.
Okay, you
absolutely.
have to, right?
Absolutely.
So you just free consultations. His number is 480-498-8091, or check him out at HBSBholdings.com. I need to put that in there too. That's why it didn't come up. So, because I want to look at your website while we're talking too. So, okay. Basically, what you do when you get those houses then is you buy them, you fix them up, and then you flip them, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
Go ahead.
Either I'm going to go ahead and go in there and fix them up and sell them, or I'm going to bring another investor in and they're going to go in and fix it up and sell it. But regardless, yeah, I mean, we're going to come in and we'd like to fix up the house to sell it. Absolutely.
Right. But when you do this, what's the turnaround time? When you come in, you see the house, how long do you walk in and go, you know what, this is no brainer, I do it right away, you give them the cash and boom, it's done? How long do they have to get out? What's the process?
So the process is you call me, we make a consultation, and what I'll do is I'll come out, we'll take a look at the property, or I'll actually get on the phone with you first. We can get a lot of information off the internet nowadays. It's so great. We live in such a great time to be able to just hop on the internet and have all the information that we need available at our fingertips. So we can really do a lot of stuff before I even come on an appointment. And then once we pretty much negotiate a price that works for both of us, so it's a win-win on both sides, we can close very quickly. Really, as quickly as the title company can get the paperwork together, we can fund. So, that can be 7 days. But, at the same time, if you need some time to move out, because not everybody's ready to move out today. Maybe they want to move out, but they still need to move all their stuff, or maybe they still need to figure out a place they're going to go next. We can give you time. We're flexible. So, that makes it even better for each seller.
So, again, you could call him. He does free consultations. His phone number is 480-498-8091. The website is HBSBholdings.com, and he can help anyone in the valley. So give him a call if you're dealing with something. Maybe you need to get out of your house right away. Maybe you're foreclosing. Can you do that?
Yeah, I mean, we can really look at...
People still have that. There's still people underwater. There's a lot of issues.
Absolutely. And you know what? Real estate is can be a very complicated issue. There's a lot of different different things that can happen. There's a lot of things that can happen in a person's life that would cause them to need to sell the property. And the great part is, I mean, we've kind of seen everything at this point. So I can help pretty much everybody, or at least point them in the right direction. Now, it might not be a right fit for me to purchase the property from that person, but I have support behind me that can help that person if I can't.
So usually there's always somebody that can help.
Absolutely. There always is. No question. There's always somebody that can help.
He's valley-wide. His phone number is 480-498-8091. He does free consultations. You could check him out on his website. And you do website property valuations. Let's talk about that. What is that?
So really what you'd want to do is go to www.hbsbholdings.com. And what you can do is you can find out a lot of information about me and the company and what we do. You can also get a property evaluation. So if you want to go and type in your address, give us some information about the property, then we'll have somebody call you, and we'll get your evaluation done about your property.
Well, you say that you provide honest solutions for Arizona investment property sellers who need to sell fast, and investors who are looking to grow their real estate investment portfolios. What does that mean? Okay,
so one big distinguishing factor about my company, about HBSB Holdings, is that we're very real. There's a lot of, I would say, green people out there today. There's seminars you can go to that'll teach you how to lock up properties, to put a contract on a property, and you might not actually close. You might not even have any intention on closing on that property because maybe you need to go out and find an investor. Well, the difference is if I make you an offer on your property, I'm going to close. We will close, and we'll close for that amount. That's a big distinguishing factor between us and the competition out there. Now, I also want to differentiate myself from a traditional real estate company, because that's a very important thing, to differentiate as well. We are not going to represent you in the sense of, I'm not looking to sell your house, and I'm not looking to buy a house for you. I'm not a realtor. HBSB Holdings is an investment company, and so we will be the one purchasing the property from you directly.
Now, again, you can call him direct. It's 480-498-8091. He does free consultations. I think it's a great way of getting out of a situation. It might be, like you said, you might have a health issue that came up. You might have to move because your job, it had just changed. I like the idea that you said that you might have inherited at home that you don't know what to do with. This is a great way to get rid of it. Just cash is king. You pay cash.
It's cash. It's cash. The other big thing is it's net to the seller. So, it actually costs quite a lot of money to sell your house the traditional way. If you go to list your property, it's going to cost you about 10%, 8 to 10% of the sales price of your property to sell it, and that's going to be made up of commissions, the closing costs that you're going to have to pay, and let's be real. When So an inspector goes into a property, they always find something that you have to fix. And so you, as the property owner, when you're selling it, you have to fix that. Well, when you sell to me, none of that applies. There's no commissions involved. We'll cover all of the closing costs, and we buy it as is. So I don't want you to fix anything. It can be dirty. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
But when you do these property valuations, does it matter then, even if what are you looking for then in the property valuation in order to give them the best amount of money they can get?
Absolutely. So, like I said, this isn't for everybody. What I can do and what I can provide people on an as-is, where-is cash offer doesn't fit for everybody. When you jump on my website and you pop in your address and you try to get a valuation from us, we'll be able to tell you what we'll be able to pay you for it. It's up to you whether you want to take that or not.
Right. And there's no negotiations. That's what it is. Boom.
There's some negotiation, but it's very minimal. I mean, as an investor, we can pay what we can pay. And
right,
that's pretty much what
but
it is.
But it's cash, and you've got to figure out, is this what I want to do or not? And the only way you're going to know is by calling and talking to them and getting that valuation from them. Again, you could call direct. They do free consultations. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk further about some of the things you can do for people. Again, that number to call him, he's valley-wide. It's 480-498-8091. And check him out. I'm on the website now. It's HBSB Holdings with an S.com or 480-498-8091. Hang tight, guys. We're going to come back and we're going to talk in just a little bit more. So again, give us a call. Give him a call at 480-498-8091. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
I'm going to put this.
So welcome back. We're talking with Scott Bauer, and he's the owner of HBSB Holdings. And you said that is for
Homes by Scott Bauer.
And we want to get out to you for anyone that might be going to the website that you need to put the www. Normally we don't say that anymore, but sometimes it's hard to get there. And even when I pulled it up, it took a little bit of time. So it's www.hbsbholdings.com. You can do a property valuation right there on the website, and so you can find out how much he can buy your home for you cash right from the spot on spot from you. He's valley wide, and he does free consultations. And you said this is net to the seller.
Correct.
Okay. So again, the number to call him is 480-498-8091, or call. We're not going to have him open call. We're not going to have him call here right now. But we want you to go on the website, and we also want you to call him at 480-498-8091. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to ask you about too is that you said something about on your website about apartment buildings too. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So kind of the next venture that we're going into as a company is to buy apartment complexes with other investors and sharing the profits. This is called syndication, is what it is, and it allows us to purchase multifamily or apartment buildings, and it allows for investors to partake in it as well. It's a cool thing.
Are you looking for investors as well?
Absolutely.
So you're always it.
Always, yes.
And so what would they do? Would they go up on your website? Do you meet with them? How does that work?
Yeah, so if you go and visit my website, there is a place for them to enter in and provide their information so I can reach out to them directly. Now, this is something where I'd want to have a conversation with them before we go into any other details, but it's certainly accessible on my website, www.hbsbholdings.com.
And again, 480-498-8091. Again, for anyone that at the break didn't hear, they're just, tuning in, for any type of house, in any condition whatsoever,
yep,
you're willing to pay cash for.
Yes. Now, like I said, this isn't for everybody. We don't buy houses that are in tip-top shape that people want top dollar for. That's where you go to a realtor. Mm-hmm. Unless you've got
to have a situation.
You got to have a situation, because to be honest, we have to buy it at a discount. With paying cash and buying it in as-is condition, we expect a discount from that. And so, it's not going to we're not going to give you the top dollar in your neighborhood for your property.
But there could be a real reason why you want to get out. If you're in a situation where you're having a foreclosure, which, believe me, I know they're still happening out there, because it can happen to anybody, this would be an alternative for you.
Correct. And it's got to be for the right person. There are so many scenarios out there where, you get in a bind, you got to sell, or you just don't want to go with a realtor. You don't want to pay all the fees associated. You don't want to pay 10% to a realtor, to 10% of the purchase price of your house to a realtor to have him sell it for you. Not to mention, you don't want to have open houses where you got people walking through your house. You got to keep it clean the whole time. You don't know, if it's going to sell, when it's going to sell, or for how much exactly it's going to sell, because typically your house isn't going to sell for the price you listed at.
And there's no way you're going to know unless you talk to them. And I think it's worth it to find out how much would this house could I get from him, and then I wouldn't have to pay for all those. It might make sense to do it that way.
Absolutely.
The only way you're going to know is if you ask. And again, he does free consultations. That number is 480-498-8091. Also on your website, there's a part here that I'm not at it right now, but that you can actually use your IRA as well to invest.
Yeah, actually what a lot of people don't know is that you can use your IRA to purchase real estate as well. You can almost use it not like cash, but you can use it as an investment vessel. Now, I'm happy to talk with anybody that would like to have more detail about that. Go ahead and go to my website, www.hbsbholdings.com. You can get in touch with me there, or give me a call at 480-498-8091.
I tell you something, for the market and what's going on right now, I think it's a great thing that you offer this for people out there as an alternative to something that may not be working for them right now.
Yes, absolutely. The economic environment that we're in, obviously, we don't want to talk about politics, but let's be real. We have a new president today, right? some people are scared. Other people are very optimistic. I happen to be one of the people that are very optimistic, and I think that, we're in a really good time to be alive. This is a fantastic time to be alive, and we're going to see a lot of great things happen in the near future.
Well, we've got to see what happens, and certainly we know that we've been through this before. So a lot of people who got hurt and were desperate, and I think this is an alternative, and that's what's great about this show. It's networking, and if it's not you, maybe you know somebody out there in this situation, and that's what I like about my show, is that you can tell people about that. That's what networking is all about. Again, he does free consultations. His phone number is 480-498-8091. He's valley-wide, and he pays cash, and cash is king.
That's right.
Also, he's looking for investors, so please, if you are interested in working with him, go up on the website and check him out, and then have a consultation with him. It's www.hbsbholdings.com, and put that www in there. So we have a couple of more minutes, and I'm looking at some of your houses here. Do you have anything right now that you would want to talk about on your website?
Well,
for instance, here.
So the properties on the website, some of them are still around. They're examples, yes. I was going to talk about different scenarios that people are in, because I had some people collect things, and they collect a lot of things for a long time, which turns into being a hoarder, right? And those people want to move as well, and they might not know what to do with it. They can't sell a hoarder house.
So what do you do with that? You buy all the stuff too?
Well, we don't do that. No, we don't do that. But we do buy those houses as is, and that gives those people a solution. Maybe they didn't think they could sell it because, what am I going to do with all this stuff? I'm not going to be able to sell, and have people walk through, have an open house. I can't sell it this way. Well, I can cut right through that. We'll just buy the house as is. They can sell all their stuff or take it with them, whatever they want to do, as long as it's out of the house. And and it's very simple. Mm-hmm. We really try to make it a win-win for everybody. That's really important for us. Like I said, what differentiates us from the competition, other investors that do stuff similar to what we do, is that we're very transparent. And if I tell you a number, if I give you a number that I'm going to pay for your house, that will be what's written on your check at closing. No questions asked.
Well, here's the other thing. A lot of people think these types of things are too good to be true. And that's, I think, what's wonderful about this show, is you be able to talk a little bit about yourself so they can hear that you're real. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a real thing. There's no scam involved. There's no ifs, ands, or whats about it. We're very transparent. Any questions that you have along the way, we're happy to answer for you. What we've found is all of our past clients they've all been happy. I'm rated with the Better Business Bureau. We have had great luck. We do very, very good work.
And he did say that this isn't for everyone, but there's a lot of people out there with issues. If it's you or someone that you know, give him a call, and let's get that peace of mind that you deserve. And it might just be something that you can do, and he won't know until you ask him. He does free consultations. The phone number is 480-498-8091. His website is www.hbsbholdings.com, and you can go there and you can get a property valuation right there. How do they do that?
It's very simple. Log on to the website. You'll be able to pull up a form where you type in your address and a little bit of information about it, and before you know it, you'll get a phone call from somebody at our company, and we'll get it answered for you.
Do you actually go to the house too and walk around the property, or is it just done through the website? Go ahead.
Yes, it's absolutely. If it gets to that point, then I'll go out there, or some member from my team will go out there, and we'll walk around. We'll take a look at it. We'll take pictures. We'll actually physically inspect it ourselves, and take it from there.
And again, he's valley-wide. He's also looking for investors. I know we have a lot of investors that listen to the show, so if there's anybody out there that's looking to possibly get in on this, it might be a great thing for you to do. Just check him out on his website. It's www.hbsbholdings.com, and he does free consultations. His phone number is 480-498-8091. I'll tell you what, guys, there's a lot of people out there with issues. Maybe you had a medical issue. Maybe you got a house that we were inherited, and you just want to get out of it. I think it's another one, the hoarding situation. Maybe you know someone who's in that situation. Let them start over and get out of that house. This is cash, and they are the real deal. Again, that number to call him is 480-498-8091. He's valley-wide. worldwide, and his website is www.hbsbholdings.com, or give him a call. That number is 480-498-8091. I'll tell you guys, it's all about networking, and that's what I love about this show. So it isn't for you. Maybe you know somebody that's in this situation, and there's a lot of people. We all know somebody like it. And let's hope that our economy goes better and better and better, but we can have a crash. And this is why this is important information for people to know. Information gives you power. Give them a call. The number is 480-498-8091. It's www.hbsbholdings.com. It's networking. It's what it's all about. It makes a difference.